Welcome to Mystic Realms Recap. Links are in the description below. Please show some love of the author and me. On to the show. The wisdom of these scientists is far beyond our expectations, so, Amos, do you think they will find us in this interstellar expedition? Amos turned his head and looked at Amos beside him, asked. Hearing Amos' words, a sneer appeared on the corner of Amos' mouth, and in the depths of his eyes, there was a gleam of brilliance. If my guess is correct, they should already know that we are looking for these interstellar expedition ships, so they will definitely try their best to snatch these interstellar expedition ships. If this is the case, isn't our plan going to fail? Amos's voice was not loud, but he was full of confidence. It seemed that he was very sure that this plan would fail. And the old man beside him heard Amos's words and nodded slightly, and said, if this is the case, our plan will be advanced. If they know about this, they will prepare in advance. This plan of ours will be very difficult to implement. So, this time, we have to act in advance, and we must find those interstellar exploration ships before their plans are realized. Amos said in a low voice. Well, I agree. The old man nodded and agreed. On the interstellar expedition ship, Su Yan stood in the spaceship, quietly looking at the scenery outside the window. Watching the stars passing by in front of him, he sighed in his heart, this galaxy is indeed very vast. Su Yan looks forward to seeing these interstellar expedition ships, staying here, and finding what he needs. Su Yan controls the Hyperion and travels in this star field. These star fields are very large, larger than any star field Su Yan has ever seen. Su Yan wandered in these star fields for a few years, but did not find an interstellar exploration ship. He couldn't help but sigh in his heart, the technological level of the Alpha civilization is really terrifying. Huh? Su Yan suddenly noticed something. He saw a giant planet. This planet, compared with the other star fields he has been to, is really terrifyingly huge. He had seen many planets in the interstellar space, but Su Yan was the first to see such a huge, oval shape. Tens of kilometers in length, width and height. Amos, what planet is this? Su Yan hurriedly asked Amos, who was sitting beside him. This is our Alpha planet. Amos said, this Alpha planet is a huge star system, it is a very suitable planet for establishing a scientific research base, and this star is very close to our Alpha civilization. It is also the planet that interstellar exploration ships have always wanted to find. Hearing Amos' words, Su Yan frowned slightly. He looked at this huge star system and asked, Amos, where is the main wheelhouse of our interstellar exploration ship? In the solar system, our interstellar exploration ships are docked at the outer periphery of the solar system. There is a set of intellectual brains on our interstellar exploration ships, which can record our position on it and transmit it to me. Brain? Su Yan heard Amos's words and asked suspiciously, Amos, the technology of your Alpha galaxy can actually make a brain? It wasn't made, we bought it from some interstellar traveler. Amos said lightly. Hearing Amos' words, Su Yan was stunned for a moment, and his eyes couldn't help but look at the star system. Su Yan's eyes narrowed slightly, and he secretly said in his heart, it turns out that these intelligent robots are actually the brains obtained from some interstellar travelers. They are indeed the most powerful civilization in the universe. They have such technology, it's not surprising, it's just, why is their technology taken away by us? When Amos saw that Su Yan was lost in thought, he did not disturb Su Yan and continued to observe the planet. Amos knew that their Alpha civilization was the oldest civilization in this universe. On this planet, they master countless science and technology. These science and technology are even more powerful than those civilizations. So, for Planet Alpha, they are determined to win. Amos has decided in his heart. In this interstellar expedition, they must snatch those interstellar expedition ships, and then bring these interstellar expedition ships to the Alpha planet. They will also use the science and technology of the Alpha civilization to thoroughly study these interstellar exploration ships. In this way, after they master these interstellar exploration ships, they will have the most advanced technology in this universe, so that they are qualified to compete with those civilizations and drive them out of this universe. Thinking of this, Amos was very excited, and he looked at Su Yan. Looking at this young man, Amos narrowed his eyes slightly. He was already thinking in his heart, if he brought this young man to the interstellar expedition ship, would he help them and destroy the intellectual brain on the interstellar expedition ship? If they succeed in bringing the interstellar expedition ship to the Alpha planet, then they are eligible to compete with those civilizations, and at that time, they can occupy the interstellar expedition ship. Thinking of this, Amos was excited for a while. The strength of their Alpha civilization. It is also derived from interstellar exploration ships. If they have enough interstellar exploration ships to defeat those civilizations, then their Alpha civilization will become the second super civilization, and their technology will become the first power in the universe. Such a dream, he had been dreaming for thousands of years, is now finally coming true. During this voyage, Su Yan did not encounter an interstellar expedition ship, and Su Yan was not impatient. Anyway, the interstellar exploration ship will appear one day. At this time, Su Yan suddenly sounded an alarm sound in his heart, his ears moved slightly, and he heard the specific content of the alarm sound clearly. Someone was following. After Su Yan heard the siren, she immediately spoke to Amos. Amos's expression changed, he quickly said to Su Yan, I have found out, you wait in front, I will notify the other crew members now, so that they are all ready to fight. Amos said and left the cabin. After a while, Amos appeared on the deck. Amos said to the crowd, everyone, the enemy attack. We must resist the enemy attack. All the crew, all ready to fight, fired a rocket launcher, let the rocket launcher detonate the enemy halfway, wounded them, and bought us a precious time loss. Amos's voice just fell. Yes, Chief. The crew members he was riding on responded in succession. Amos nodded, looked at Su Yan again, and said, I hope you can protect yourself, whether it is the enemy's spaceship, or other interstellar spaceships, we will destroy them in this universe. Su Yan nodded, don't worry, I will take good care of myself. Amos smiled and patted Su Yan on the shoulder. Then, Amos left and went to a starship. He called all the crew of the Alpha Galaxy together. All crew members, all scientists, we are about to be attacked. The enemy is from far away, they have powerful technology, their armed forces are very terrifying, we must prepare as soon as possible, prepare for 187 handle all dangers. Amos announced to everyone, his tone was very serious. The words Amos said made everyone's faces change slightly. Amos went on to say, according to our analysis of the situation, the weapons of the enemy should be those interstellar exploration ships. They have extremely strong penetration and can penetrate any matter. Therefore, we must defend as soon as possible. In this universe in China, our Alpha civilization has a high level of technology, and we can stop the enemy's technological progress through the technology in our hands. Yes, Chief. The crowd answered in unison. Okay, so let's get started. Seeing that everyone agreed, Amos turned around and entered the cabin, closing the entire cabin. Then, Amos turned on all the lights on the entire interstellar expedition ship, and illuminated the entire interstellar expedition ship. Soon, all the lights on the entire interstellar expedition ship went out, leaving only a few small searchlights. Alright, all the crew on deck, we're getting ready for battle. Amos growled. Immediately, the crew on the deck ran out of the deck one after another and stood on the deck. At this time, there was already a huge spaceship outside the interstellar exploration ship. This spaceship, in a circular state, has a thick black shell on the outside, looking like a spaceship. But it is a bit like a tank, and it also carries a very powerful energy, which makes people feel awe. This is the interstellar explorer ship. Under the technology of the Alpha civilization, this interstellar exploration ship in the Alpha Galaxy is very fast. It rushed straight and rammed into the interstellar exploration ship of the Alpha civilization. The collision of the two interstellar expedition ships caused a burst of sparks. Su Yan glanced at the technology on the two interstellar expedition ships, and couldn't help being surprised. He found that there were a lot of weapon devices on the two interstellar exploration ships. Those weapon devices look like some electronic instruments, and some electronic facilities are actually connected to the control room of the interstellar exploration ship. The pictures displayed on these electronic facilities are also very lifelike, and people can't help but be amazed when they see them. This interstellar expedition ship is really amazing, Su Yan thought to himself. All the crew members including Amos also saw the interstellar exploration ship of the Alpha civilization. My God, what kind of technology is this? How can it be so powerful? Some crew members looked at the interstellar expedition ship in shock and couldn't help but whispered. No, it's not technology, it's just a weapon ship. I think so too. Boom. On the interstellar expedition ship, a cannon barrel was pushed. Then a rocket flew out of it, crossed a parabola in the air, and shot towards the interstellar explorer ship in the Alpha galaxy. The detection radar on the Alpha expedition ship scanned it, and immediately found that it was a rocket. He immediately turned off the detection radar, but there was still a lot of light that shot at the rocket. The detection radar on the Alpha expedition ship did not find any problems, but they inadvertently captured a message that surprised them. I found that the range of this rocket seems to be farther than that of ordinary interstellar expedition ships. I suspect that he is a missile in the spaceship. A crew member shouted. Yes, and the power of this weapon is very great, we must pay attention. We can't let it get close to our boat, never let it get close. Launch anti-aircraft missiles now. Amos heard the crew's comments, his face also sank, and he immediately ordered the launch of anti-aircraft missiles. On the interstellar expedition ship, there are also many anti-aircraft missiles. Although these anti-aircraft missiles are not very powerful, they can still deal with the interstellar spacecraft, but they need to spend a lot of energy. On the trajectory of the interstellar exploration ship, it is not possible to park too many interstellar spacecraft. If other interstellar spacecraft want to approach them, they must expel these interstellar spacecraft. In this way, these interstellar spacecraft there was no way to get close to their interstellar explorer ship. The interstellar expedition ship where Su Yan and the others are located, which is the main force this time, is the highest authority interstellar expedition ship in the Alpha galaxy. This interstellar expedition ship can be said to be the top expedition ship in the Alpha galaxy, and it is also the ace of the Alpha galaxy. Not only that, the interstellar expedition ship is also equipped with some advanced detection materials and defense devices, which can predict the transportation trajectory for a period of time in the future. This interstellar exploration ship can also use a special magnetic field to change the trajectory, so that the trajectory will be offset a little, so that the interstellar exploration ship will not be attacked by the interstellar spacecraft. Su Yan and their interstellar expedition ship, it is for this reason that they can resist the attack of the Alpha expedition ship. The interstellar exploration ship can launch a super powerful energy beam. This energy beam can pass through the barriers of the universe, attack the enemy's interstellar exploration ships, and can penetrate the barriers of the universe. If someone attacks the Alpha exploration ship, this energy beam will directly penetrate the interstellar barrier and attack the other party's interstellar exploration ship. The energy beam attack of the interstellar expedition ship can easily kill interstellar travelers and some powerful interstellar beasts. Some detection materials and defense devices on the Alpha expedition ship are also designed to deal with this super-strong energy beam. Su Yan and others observed it on the interstellar exploration ship. They found that this super-strong energy beam did not cause much damage to the interstellar exploration ship. However, some of the defense devices on the interstellar expedition ship were attacked, and some small cracks appeared on some of the defense devices. It seemed that the interstellar expedition ship could no longer resist. This kind of interstellar exploration ship, the protective cover will be damaged. I don't know how long this protective cover can withstand. No matter how long it is, we can't give up. Yes, we must persist until the rescue fleet arrives. On the Alpha expedition ship, the crew members said one after another. They looked at the interstellar expedition ship with worry in their eyes. Don't worry everyone, our fleet has sent a message, and the rescue force will come soon. If we persist for a while, our fleet will arrive. Amos said immediately. On the interstellar expedition ship, there is an interstellar airship. This interstellar airship was jointly researched and manufactured by Amos and Alpha Civilization. It can detect and monitor the interstellar expedition ship within 1,000 kilometers, and can provide some help the expedition ship to explore. Su-Yan looked at the starship that Amos was holding, and he was also moved. This interstellar airship, although it looks like an interstellar airship, in fact, it does not belong to any civilization, it belongs to another powerful civilization, the Alpha Galaxy. This interstellar exploration ship, we must get it, and when we encounter trouble in the future, we can escape the pursuit of this civilization. This kind of exploration airship is very powerful. If we have one, it may be easier. This interstellar expedition ship can help them escape and hide themselves. Brother Su-Yan, what are you worried about? Amos asked. No worries, just a little regret, I want to take this interstellar expedition ship. Su-Yan said with a smile. Hearing this, Amos was stunned for a moment. Once the Alpha expedition ship is occupied by other civilizations, all the forces in the Alpha Galaxy will lose their protection. Once they lose their protection, they will be hunted down by interstellar expedition ships. Su-Yan wants to snatch this interstellar expedition ship, which is obviously against common sense. The value of the Alpha expedition ship can be said to be very high. Those big financial groups in the Alpha Galaxy will definitely not agree to your conditions. Amos said with a frown. Hearing this, Su-Yan smiled lightly, and said, Do you think we are bargaining with them? We just want them to hand over this interstellar expedition ship and then negotiate the terms. Amos was stunned when he heard Su-Yan's words. He suddenly felt as if he underestimated Su-Yan and others. They are all smart people, and they can guess each other's thoughts at a glance. It is impossible for the big financial groups in the Alpha Galaxy to watch such an expensive interstellar expedition ship fall into the hands of Amos. Amos nodded and said, Brother Su-Yan, you are right. In this case, it depends on your performance. If you can make them willing to sell this interstellar expedition ship to you, I think we can talk about it. Talk about conditions. So first wish us a happy cooperation. Su-Yan said, and after speaking, he stood up and prepared to leave the deck. Su-Yan and the others just walked up to the deck when their bodies shuddered suddenly. Because they saw that a huge warship actually sailed over from the distant interstellar space. Su-Yan and the others looked at the battleship, all showing concern. This battleship is not the interstellar battleship they just discovered at the entrance of the interstellar labyrinth. That battleship was a 3-masted battleship, and the entire battleship was black. The pitch-black battleship looks like a ghost of the night, driving slowly in the void. On the black battleship, there are rows of dense missile muzzles, one after another, bombarding the black battleship. The power of these cannonballs is very powerful. This interstellar warship simply cannot withstand so many cannonballs. Under the bombardment of the cannonballs, it instantly turns into fragments. It's a warship of the Interstellar Federation. Amos shouted loudly. This black warship is the warship of the Interstellar Federation. The Interstellar Federation is a super federation in the universe, with countless warships, and a large number of interstellar warriors go to other star fields to conquer every day. Half of these interstellar warriors are from the Interstellar Federation, which is also a very terrifying group. The Interstellar Federation has a lot of troops, and their total military strength has reached as much as 2 million. They have huge funds, as well as countless scientists, and a large number of warships. This is also the reason why the Interstellar Federation has always dominated the universe and cannot be shaken. Amos, you quickly retreat with people. The weapons on these interstellar expedition ships are extremely powerful. I am worried that you will suffer heavy losses. Yes, Brother Su-Yan. Su-Yan and the others, led by Amos, quickly evacuated this interstellar expedition ship. Amos and the others, when they left, specially shut down the exploration expedition ship. On this interstellar expedition ship, not only 187 has a fleet of their Alpha system, but there are also many star warriors nearby. These interstellar warriors are all on standby on the interstellar expedition ship. They are responsible for guarding the interstellar expedition ship, and their mission is to protect the safety of the interstellar expedition ship. The Alpha expedition ship is not invincible either. Their strength is not comparable to those of the interstellar warriors. This place is too far away from the Alpha galaxy. If there are a large number of star warriors, then they are finished. Amos and the others chose to leave here. After Amos and the others left here, this interstellar expedition ship began to sail in the direction of the Alpha galaxy, and the warriors on this interstellar expedition ship were all elites of the Alpha galaxy. While controlling the expedition ships, they attacked the surrounding interstellar expedition ships, intercepted them, and prevented these interstellar expedition ships from continuing to sail. Amos and the others are driving the expedition ship back to the Alpha galaxy. They have to discuss how to solve this problem so that Amos and the others will not waste valuable materials. This is a rare interstellar expedition ship. When the personnel of the Alpha galaxy saw the interstellar exploration ship flying away, their faces became ugly. Damn it, how can we let this interstellar exploration ship escape? There are many treasures on this interstellar exploration ship, and they are all our targets. Yes, definitely can't let them go back. The reactions of Amos and the others were also expected by Su Yan and the others. They know that the people of the Alpha galaxy will never give up easily. The goal this time is the Alpha galaxy, so we must get this interstellar exploration ship. Su Yan said in a deep voice. Brother Su Yan, you mean, we're going to rob all this interstellar expedition ship and take it away, right? Amos asked. Yes, we are going to grab this interstellar expedition ship and take it away. Su Yan said with certainty. But do we have so many people? There are many interstellar warriors on this interstellar expedition ship, so many of us are probably not opponents, right? Amos said. The warriors on this interstellar expedition ship may not even be able to break the defense of this interstellar expedition ship. We also don't need to attack the interstellar exploration ship, just block them for a while, we just need to delay for a while. Well, since that's the case, we'll do it first, but Brother Su Yan, this interstellar expedition ship is not something to mess with, you'd better think about it. Amos advised. Amos, don't worry, I have my own measure, you just watch outside and wait for my order. Okay, I'll send some people out to watch the interstellar expedition ship, and I'll let you know if there's any movement. Amos nodded. Okay, Brother Amos, just please. Su Yan said with a smile. No problem, I will let my subordinates monitor this interstellar exploration ship. Well, then we won't waste any more time, we'll act right away. Su Yan said. Su Yan and the others took a small interstellar expedition ship and sailed towards the Alpha galaxy. This interstellar expedition ship did not have any signs, and Amos and the others did not dare to investigate at will. However, they also sent some spies to scout around the interstellar expedition ship. Report to Amos, the probe shows that there are a lot of detection instruments on this interstellar exploration ship. A spy came to Amos's side to report. What, there are so many detection instruments? Amos was surprised when he heard that there were so many detection instruments on this expedition ship. Our spies are all advanced interstellar warriors, and their detection instruments, how could there be so many? Report, sir, my detection instruments show that there are a total of 4 interstellar warrior-level detection instruments on this detection ship, as well as some small interstellar exploration ships. What? There are actually 4 interstellar expedition ships of the Star Warrior class on this interstellar expedition ship? And there are some small interstellar expedition ships? The expression on Amos's face became solemn. Su Yan brother, it seems that the trouble is really not small. Not only there are so many Star Warriors of the Star Warrior level, but also some small expedition ships. It seems that our actions this time are a bit dangerous. Dangerous? Brother Amos, I don't think so. Su Yan snorted coldly and said, although we can't deal with those interstellar warriors, our expedition fleet can deal with these small expedition ships, and we also have some high-end detection instruments, which we can use completely. These detection instruments launched attacks on these expedition ships. High-end detection equipment? Brother Su Yan, Do you still have high-end detection equipment? Amos asked, suspiciously. Yes, I still have high-end detection instruments. I have destroyed all the detection instruments on this interstellar expedition ship. We can attack the interstellar expedition ship. You can rest assured. Really? Brother Suyen, you mean that you have high-end detection equipment, and this detection ship has not been detected by the space warriors? After hearing Suyan's words, Amos immediately became excited. This is a great good thing, and it is owned by him alone. How good would it be? Amos' eyes were already glowing. Yes, let's just wait outside, and we'll attack directly later. Suyen said. Amos was relieved when he heard Suyan's answer. However, Amos reminded again. However, launching an attack at this time may attract the attention of those interstellar warriors, so we cannot launch an attack on the interstellar expedition ship, and must hide in other interstellar expedition ships. Above, our goal will be reduced a lot, but you have to be careful. After all, you are not acting alone, you have to be more careful. Don't worry, I'll be fine. Suyen nodded. Haha, we finally found it. Let's hurry up, we can't let them run away. Alright, let's catch up. This interstellar expedition ship sailed all the way towards the Alpha Galaxy. Suyen and everyone were on the interstellar expedition ship, looking in the direction of the Alpha Galaxy. They had come to a planet near the Alpha Galaxy and were preparing to land on this planet. Boom! The interstellar expedition ship suddenly stopped above a huge tree. On the top of the interstellar expedition ship, a group of interstellar warriors jumped down one after another and surrounded Suyen and the spies from the Alpha Galaxy. Get money, Zhao. Amos and others jumped off the interstellar expedition ship and surrounded the spies. Suyen also jumped off the interstellar expedition ship. He saw a huge expedition ship. It was the interstellar expedition ship just now. On this interstellar expedition ship, there were actually more than 100 expedition ships. Seeing this, Amos also understood. It turned out that Suyen had already known the number of those expedition ships, and did not intend to continue to stay on this interstellar expedition ship. The strength of these interstellar warriors is not strong enough to threaten interstellar exploration ships. The reason why Suyen chose to hide on the interstellar expedition ship and destroy the detection instruments on the interstellar expedition ship is to attract these interstellar warriors, and then they can take advantage of the chaos and destroy this ship. Interstellar expedition ship. Now it has indeed achieved the effect. Hehe, Shongtai, which faction are you from? Why are you invading my interstellar expedition ship? An interstellar warrior came over and asked Suyen. This interstellar exploration ship is mine. Where do I want to go, and what I want to do, I don't need to explain to you, right? Suyen smiled lightly and said to the interstellar warrior. Your interstellar expedition ship? Hearing Suyen's words, the star warrior was stunned. This interstellar expedition ship is not an ordinary interstellar expedition ship. This is an interstellar warship, and it also has an interstellar probe, which is the most powerful detection instrument for their force. As long as the detection instruments on this interstellar expedition ship are activated, they can immediately know how many enemies are spying on them around them. This interstellar exploration ship can also locate their detection instruments, which is very helpful for their tracking ability. This interstellar expedition ship, but a very precious interstellar expedition ship, is a special detection instrument used by interstellar warriors, and they can easily pursue their targets. The value of this interstellar exploration ship is far more precious than these detection instruments. If Suyen wants to destroy the interstellar exploration ship, he doesn't need to do it himself at all. As long as the detection instruments of this interstellar expedition ship are destroyed, the interstellar expedition ship will be finished. Suyen said this, leaving the Star Warrior speechless. This interstellar expedition ship is indeed Suyen's interstellar expedition ship, but the owner of this interstellar expedition ship is Suyen, and the detection instrument on this interstellar expedition ship is naturally Suyen's detection instrument. It turns out that you are the owner of this interstellar expedition ship. Since it is yours, we can't control what you want to do. However, The main control room of this interstellar expedition ship belongs to us, and no one can go in. The interstellar warrior snorted coldly. These interstellar warriors, of course, are very fond of expedition ships. These interstellar warriors will have some privileges. For example, they have an independent prison, and on this interstellar expedition ship, they can mobilize the interstellar expedition ship on this interstellar expedition ship anytime and anywhere, and have access to the entire interstellar expedition ship. To search, if someone dares to destroy this interstellar expedition ship, he, DBCG, can also mobilize the interstellar warriors in the area where they are in the first time to come to support. At that time, there must be a shopping spree on this interstellar expedition ship. That's why the Star Warrior dared to speak to Su Yen like this. He didn't believe that Su Yen was capable of fighting against so many Star Warriors. Oh? Is that so? Su Yen raised a mocking smile on the corner of his mouth when he heard the Star Warrior's words, and said to the Star Warrior, "Then I'll try. Can you stop me? If you can't, then you're welcome." What an arrogant young man, it seems that I underestimated your ability. Your strength may really be able to deal with us. But you have to know that if you take action against our interstellar warriors, then you will have to bear serious consequences. You must be clear, we have more than 1,000 interstellar warriors. There are only 30 people on your side. If it is a heads up, you are definitely not our opponents. Therefore, I advise you to obediently give us this interstellar expedition ship, otherwise, don't blame us for being rude. The Star Warrior heard Su Yan's words and said disdainfully. He didn't take Su Yan seriously at all. He thought that Su Yan was so arrogant, he must have something to rely on, so he dared to say such a thing. Ha ha ha, is that right? I'd like to see how you guys are rude. Su Yan laughed, looked at these interstellar warriors, and said. Boy, don't you toast, eat and drink fine. Seeing that Su Yan was so arrogant, the Star Warrior was furious. I don't care how powerful you space warriors are, or how mysterious and powerful you space warriors are, but in front of me, you should honestly get out of the way. I don't care who you space warriors are. What I want to do now, the thing is to destroy the detection instruments of your interstellar warriors. If you are not satisfied, just come and try it. Su Yan looked at these interstellar warriors and said coldly. VR. Hearing Su Yan's words, the interstellar warrior's face suddenly turned ashen. He felt insulted, and Su Yan didn't take them seriously, which made him very angry. Boy, you are too arrogant. The interstellar warrior snorted coldly, controlled the interstellar exploration ship, and launched an attack on Su Yan. This interstellar expedition ship has a small nuclear warhead on it, and he wants to kill Su Yan directly. Su Yan stepped out and came to the interstellar expedition ship. At the same time, he urged the nebula step to avoid the bombing of this small nuclear warhead. Be careful. At this time, a reminder came from the side. When Su Yan looked back, he saw this group of interstellar warriors, all manipulating the spaceship, ready to launch a nuclear warhead, ready to blow Su Yan to death. Watching the group of interstellar warriors control the spacecraft to launch nuclear warheads, Su Yan smiled coldly. Not self-sufficient. Su Yan immediately controlled the Hyperion and quickly rammed the small nuclear warhead. Although this small nuclear warhead was powerful, under the attack of the Hyperion, it did not last long before it was destroyed by the Hyperion. You idiots! You want to play with me with nuclear bombs just because of you rubbish, you are just dreaming. Even if I don't kill you, you can't survive. Su Yan glanced coldly at the interstellar exploration ship. The power of the small nuclear bomb that the group of interstellar warriors just launched was indeed very terrifying, but under the attack of the Hyperion, it was still unable to injure the Hyperion, so Su Yan did not feel that way. Accident. The defense of the Hyperion is already very strong. If it is a general small nuclear warhead, the Hyperion can completely withstand it. Damn it! The Star Warrior had a shocked expression on his face when he saw that Su Yan had actually destroyed their small nuclear warhead. We will launch massive missiles and kill you. The Space Warrior said through gritted teeth. These people are usually high, and they have been so humiliated by others. If you're enjoying my content, please consider donating a coffee. Or checking out my shirts on TeePublic. Now this guy dared to insult them like this, which filled their hearts with anger. They are usually high, and no one has ever dared to humiliate them like this. This kid actually dared to do this. They will never let this guy dare to do this. The space warriors, each manipulating the spacecraft, fired several small missiles towards Su Yan. These missiles slid through the air, and the speed was very fast. However, for such a missile, Su Yan did not take it seriously. He directly controlled the Hyperion to greet them, and when they were still about 20 meters away from these small missiles, the Hyperion began to release energy cannons. A column of energy was released from the Hyperion. The energy column rushed directly to those small missiles. Bang bang bang. These small missiles burst open one after another, breaking into pieces in the air. Seeing this scene, the faces of the interstellar warriors became extremely ugly. They did not expect that this Hyperion was so powerful. And the leading interstellar warrior had a solemn look on his face. He knew that this time, they had encountered a formidable enemy. Boy, we interstellar warriors will not give up so easily. Since you dare to humiliate us, you should pay the price. You humans are so stupid. Do you think that we interstellar warriors are so easy to bully? I don't know how thick the sky is. How dare you humiliate us like this? Wait a moment, let you take a good look at the power of our interstellar warriors. The interstellar warrior snorted coldly. Is that right? Come on, let me see if your small missiles are still so powerful. Su Yan sneered and said to the star warrior. After that, Su Yan drove the Hyperion and continued to ram into the group of star warriors. This star warrior, seeing Su Yan's arrogant behavior, his heart is full of anger, and he also has a fighting spirit. He also did not expect that Su Yan's combat power was so powerful that he could actually destroy their small missiles. This interstellar warrior did not have any worries. He believed that his small missiles could definitely kill this spaceship. He was not afraid that Su Yan would run away. He steered this interstellar expedition ship, and also joined the battlefield. He wanted to destroy Su Yan and the Hyperion. This interstellar expedition ship has 5 energy battery thrusters, and the energy supply of their thrusters is very sufficient. They can adjust the speed of the thrusters at one time, which can ensure that they can launch dozens of small missiles at one time. Under the command of Su Yan, the Hyperion was not afraid of these small missiles. He was driving the Hyperion and collided with the Star Warrior ship. The two spaceships slammed into each other directly and violently, resulting in a violent collision. Bang bang! With a crisp metal friction sound, the energy cannon launched by the Hyperion continued to bombard the interstellar exploration ship. Su Yan steered the Hyperion and fired hundreds of energy cannons in an instant. These energy cannons were blocked by Su Yan's energy shield, and then all fell into the spaceship. There was no way to penetrate the energy shield to attack Su Yan. After these energy cannons entered the spacecraft, they did not explode, but exploded directly in the spacecraft. Boom! As these energy cannons exploded, a hole was blown out of the spaceship, and many of the interstellar warriors in the spacecraft were killed, including the leading interstellar warrior. Damn it! Seeing that his small spaceship was destroyed in an instant, the leading interstellar warrior was so angry that his lungs would explode. This spaceship is the status symbol of these people, and they are the biggest support of this spaceship. Now that the spaceship is destroyed, why are these star warriors not angry? At this time, Su Yan was already driving the Hyperion and crashed into the spaceship again. Seeing this scene, an angry expression appeared on the face of the interstellar warrior. This guy is so arrogant, he dares to destroy our spaceship again. I won't teach you a lesson. The interstellar warrior roared angrily. Then, manipulating the spacecraft, launched dozens of small missiles toward the Hyperion again. The protection system of this spaceship is much more powerful than the protective shields we encountered before. It seems that we have to come up with some means to solve this spaceship. The interstellar warrior snorted coldly. He manipulated the spaceship and rushed towards the Hyperion again, trying to smash the Hyperion to pieces. Another spaceship was manipulating the spaceship, ready to attack Su Yan. Su Yan knew for a long time that the opponent would definitely have such a move. He manipulated the Hyperion, directly dodging the attack of the opponent's small missiles, and then controlled the Hyperion to continue to collide. This Star Warrior and the one he brought with him are manipulating the spaceship and the energy cannon. A total of 3 small missiles were fired, but none of them hit the target. The energy cannons they fired were all avoided by this spaceship. Seeing that the Hyperion had nothing to do with them, their faces turned a little blue. "Boy, I think you can hold on a few more times." The Space Warrior gritted his teeth and continued firing small missiles at the Hyperion. These small missiles, at this moment, kept firing towards the Hyperion. On the Hyperion, Su Yan's face also sank slightly. This Hyperion is indeed much stronger than the previous spacecraft, but this cannot make up for Su Yan's combat effectiveness. Su Yan turned on the Hyperion's energy armor, which increased the energy armor of the spaceship many times, so even these small missiles couldn't help the Hyperion. Damn it! What kind of monster is this kid? The interstellar warrior couldn't help but scold. Although the spaceship is a product developed by their interstellar technology, these interstellar warriors also spend a lot of thought and great wealth to get such a spaceship. He couldn't resist the Hyperion at all, and his face became extremely ugly. "Damn it," the Space Knight exclaimed angrily. "What are you still doing? Attack me together. I want to see how many small missiles he can withstand." Loss. A look of ferocity appeared on the Star Warrior's face. Yes. The rest of the warriors agreed. Immediately, they controlled the spacecraft and launched an attack on the Hyperion. A series of laser beams flew out from the spacecraft and continuously attacked Su Yan's Hyperion. Each of these laser beams can pierce thousands of kilograms of steel plates and even metal. If such a laser beam hits, the Hyperion may have to be abandoned. Seeing these laser rays, Su Yan's expression changed slightly, and a solemn expression appeared on his face. It seemed that the defensive power of the spaceship was much stronger than that of the Hyperion, and Su Yan could only smash the spaceship by using thunder. Seeing so many laser beams attacking him at 187, Su Yan maneuvered the spaceship and hurriedly dodged, avoiding the attack of these laser beams. After dodging these laser rays, he steered the Hyperion to continue rushing forward, and at the same time, he also launched an attack on the spaceship. Under his control, the main guns on the Hyperion also began to fire. One after another beams of light directly bombarded the defense system of the spaceship. This spaceship is indeed a spaceship that can compete with his Hyperion. Su Yan's artillery attack did not even destroy the spaceship. The Hyperion continued to launch violent attacks on the spaceship, not only to destroy the spaceship, but also to destroy the spaceship of the Star Warrior. Under the control of Su Yan, the Hyperion was frantically attacking the spaceship brought by the Star Warrior. The Star Warriors are also constantly manipulating the spacecraft to avoid these laser beams. But soon, his face became more and more solemn. He found that the laser rays that Su Yan fired were too great a threat. Once he was hit by the laser rays, he would definitely suffer serious injuries. The Star Warriors had to stop the long-range attack on the Hyperion and began to bombard the Hyperion. However, his attack still had no effect on the Hyperion's energy shield. After the laser rays of the two of them touched the energy shield of the Hyperion, they would only ignite the energy shield, causing the energy loss on the energy shield to be more serious. The energy flow on the Hyperion's energy shield is very fast. The Star Warrior's laser rays could not harm the Hyperion at all, but instead allowed the spacecraft to absorb his energy. In his eyes, the Hyperion controlled by Su Yan was like an indestructible stone. If he wants to destroy the Hyperion, there is no way other than using a lot of energy cannons. However, the Hyperion's energy shield is too powerful, and he simply cannot destroy the Hyperion. Seeing the Hyperion controlled by Su Yan, the Star Warrior also had to be amazed. Who the hell is this kid, and how can he own this kind of battleship? The Star Warrior's eyes narrowed, and he secretly said in his heart, if I guessed correctly, the identity of this kid is definitely not simple, he should be some powerful race. It seems that I have to find some time to investigate his identity, but before that, let's kill this kid. Kill him, our losses will be reduced a lot. After thinking about it clearly, the Star Warrior no longer hesitated, and immediately issued the order, fire with full force. The spaceship immediately launched a series of laser rays, all of which bombed towards Su Yan. The energy shield of the Hyperion was turned on again. The corner of Su Yan's mouth twitched into a smile, and he steered the Hyperion, constantly dodging the attacks of these laser rays. The Hyperion's energy shield, under Su Yan's control, flickered for a while, dodging the attack of those laser beams. However, Su Yan was not idle either, he kept manipulating the Hyperion to confront the Star Warrior. Su Yan steered the Hyperion and kept attacking the Space Warrior. At the same time, he also launched the laser cannon, and the laser beams shot towards the opposite spaceship. For a while, both sides were attacking each other. These two warships are actually stuck in a stalemate. Damn, the defense of this spaceship is so powerful that my laser beams can't destroy it at all. The Star Warrior's eyes are also full of anger. This battleship of the Hyperion was able to withstand the laser cannons of their interstellar civilization, which he never expected. The defensive capability of this battleship is simply too powerful. If this spaceship is not dealt with as soon as possible, this spaceship of his will certainly not be able to last long. Thinking of this, the interstellar warrior didn't care about anything else, and he immediately ordered, "Everyone pay attention, and give me a severe suppression of this spaceship." Clear. Hearing the order of the interstellar warrior, the pilot of the spaceship and the intergalactic warrior in the co-pilot responded. Afterwards, all the mecha soldiers on the spaceship started to attack frantically, and they frantically fired laser cannons towards the Hyperion. The energy attacks of these laser cannons are not very powerful, but they are extremely numerous. Soon, the Hyperion was severely damaged. Haha, look at me, I want you to know that you rubbish are amazing. This interstellar warrior has exerted his most powerful fighting power. Under his control, the energy cover of the energy cover became brighter and brighter, and the laser rays he emitted became more and more terrifying. Get ready to fight. Su Yan saw that the Hyperion was under attack, and immediately issued an order. Subsequently, the energy cover of the Hyperion underwent another change, from the original energy cover to another form of energy cover. The Star Warrior's laser cannon attacked the energy shield of the Hyperion, as if it had hit a wall, and there was no way to cause any damage to the energy shield at all. What the hell is this Hyperion, why is it so hard, and I can't even destroy it? The interstellar warrior looked at Su Yan in surprise when he saw this scene. Hey. Su Yan sneered a few times and said, "You don't need to know this, you just need to know that you have already lost." Su Yan manipulated the Hyperion, constantly attacking the Space Warrior's energy cover, and the Space Warrior was constantly consuming the energy in his body by Su Yan. "I won't give up, I'm not reconciled." The Star Warrior roared angrily, he steered the spaceship and continued to launch a violent attack on the Hyperion. I have to admit that the means of attack of the interstellar warriors are indeed very sharp. No matter which move it is more advanced and crueler than Su Yan. Every skill released brought a huge wave of air, causing the entire Hyperion to tremble slightly, as if it would collapse at any time. The Hyperion's energy shield was about to shatter under the continuous attacks of this Star Warrior. Su Yan didn't dare to be careless, he kept manipulating the Hyperion to avoid these laser rays. The robotic arm on the Hyperion kept launching counterattacks to destroy these laser rays. In this way, Su Yan has no confidence that 31 can defeat the opponent. After all, the opponent is also an interstellar civilization, and the Hyperion is just a low-level interstellar civilization that has just advanced. Although the Hyperion's energy system is very advanced, it still has many restrictions, and the opponent's attack methods are very changeable, and it is impossible to guard against it. Su Yan is constantly manipulating the Hyperion, trying to kill the other party as soon as possible. Boy, the speed of the Hyperion has obviously slowed down. It seems that you have already exhausted your skills. Now it is time to end this war. Seeing Su Yan's expression, the Star Warrior couldn't help showing it. Smile. He felt that he could finally kill this junk spaceship. He manipulated the Hyperion, increased the energy output in his body again, and attacked the Hyperion violently. The Hyperion slowed down again. The interstellar warrior also had a proud look on his face. It seemed that he had won. Su Yan saw this picture, a sneer appeared at the corner of his mouth. Now is the beginning, the Hyperion, give me a blast. Rumble. At this moment, the Hyperion suddenly made a loud noise. Afterwards, all the energy shields on the Hyperion had a huge shock. The Hyperion is finally about to explode. At this moment, Su Yan manipulated the energy shield on the Hyperion and launched it violently. A circle of ripples spread out in all directions. The ripples spread out and instantly enveloped the entire interstellar battleship. Immediately, the interstellar battleship was shrouded in these ripples. What? The interstellar warrior exclaimed. He did not expect that the energy shield on his spaceship would be enveloped by this ripple. No, there is a layer of powerful energy shield on my spaceship. If it is touched by these ripples, the energy shield of the spaceship will completely fail. The interstellar warrior was horrified, and he hurriedly manipulated the spaceship and fled in the distance. Want to go? It's late. Seeing that the interstellar warrior wanted to escape, Su Yan's eyes flashed with coldness, and he maneuvered the Hyperion and quickly chased the fleeing interstellar warship. Boy, don't be too arrogant, the space battleships of our interstellar civilization are not something that you garbage can deal with. The interstellar warrior sneered when he saw Su Yan's actions. He felt that Su Yan's behavior was a bit silly. He didn't think that Su Yan could deal with the interstellar warships of their interstellar civilization. Although Su Yan couldn't control the Hyperion to make space jumps, but the speed of Su Yan's control of the Hyperion was much faster than the average 5th-tier warship. The Hyperion's speed was not bad before the space jump, so even Su Yan didn't dare to say that he was able to intercept him. Since that's the case, then let you taste my power. Su Yan's eyes flashed a cold light. He was steering the Hyperion, and suddenly, he rushed towards the interstellar battleship. Under his manipulation, the speed of the Hyperion suddenly doubled. This is a special skill of the Hyperion. During the manipulation, the main gun on the Hyperion can continuously fire artillery fire. At this moment, Su Yan injected energy into the Hyperion's energy turret, making the Hyperion's energy turret even more powerful. Under the control of Su Yan, the energy turret on the Hyperion slammed into the energy shield on the interstellar battleship. Boom! The energy turret on the Hyperion slammed into the energy shield on the interstellar battleship. The interstellar warrior on this interstellar warship is the interstellar warrior of the interstellar civilization. When he saw the Hyperion, he actually dared to hit him in this way, and a sneer appeared on his face. At this time, he couldn't care about anything else. He directly controlled the interstellar battleship, opened the maximum power energy shield, and wanted to resist the attack of the Hyperion. The energy shield on the Hyperion was not so easy to resist, and only a muffled sound was heard from the Hyperion. The energy shield on the 187-star battleship was directly pierced by the Hyperion. The Hyperion directly penetrated the defensive cover of the spaceship. Boom! After the spaceship was pierced by the Hyperion, there was a huge explosion. The energy shield on this interstellar battleship also instantly turned into nothingness. How is this possible? How could my interstellar battleship be easily destroyed by you? This is unscientific. An incredible look appeared on the face of this interstellar warrior, his eyes widened, and he said incredulously. Su Yan steered the Hyperion and continued to pursue it. After the energy shield of the interstellar battleship was destroyed, the energy shield of the interstellar battleship lost its protective effect immediately and was broken by Su Yan at once. The Hyperion quickly chased and killed the Star Warriors. The Star Warrior saw the Hyperion chasing, the expression on his face changed, and his eyes flashed with fear. He knew that if he was overtaken by the Hyperion, he would definitely die at the hands of Su Yan. Many energy shields quickly appeared on his body. These energy shields surrounded him and protected his safety. Only a click was heard, and the fragile energy shields shattered one after another. The energy cannon on the Hyperion also kept shooting towards the interstellar warrior. The Star Warrior, one face to face, was smashed into scum. Under the attack of the Hyperion, the Space Warrior had no room for resistance at all. He was like a paper man, torn into powder by the Hyperion's energy cannon, and then disappeared into the void. The fall of the interstellar warrior made the members of the interstellar civilization on the interstellar battleship stunned. They did not expect that an interstellar warship would be destroyed so easily. This made them feel a deep sense of despair. In the minds of the members of these interstellar civilizations, their interstellar warriors are invincible existences. But now, their interstellar warriors have been destroyed like this, and there is no room for resistance at all, which is really unbelievable. Their interstellar warriors were easily wiped out. The Star Warriors were wiped out, and they couldn't survive. Because the energy shield of this spaceship has long been destroyed by the energy cannon on the Hyperion. The battleship is destroyed, can they hold on? Thinking of this, their hearts became very heavy. Next, their lives will definitely become very difficult. The threat of this interstellar warship is also growing. Thinking of this, the members of the interstellar civilization are full of sadness, and even have the idea of giving up. But they also understand that it is not a wise move to give up the task now. If they give up the mission, their lives will become dangerous. They don't want to die, because death is more painful to them than anything else, and they don't want to die. Run. Let's run. We can't die yet. Me too, we have to get out of this damn place. Run away. Run away. When they saw the Hyperion attacking them, they panicked. While they were panicking, they were also prepared and wanted to escape. Su Yan looked at the Star Warriors attacking them, a sneer raised at the corner of his mouth, and then he directly manipulated the Hyperion's energy shield and rammed them head-on. When this energy shield collided with their protective shields, these interstellar warriors were immediately knocked into the air, and in mid-air, they spit out blood. Su Yan manipulated the Hyperion to continue chasing after the group of interstellar warriors. He wanted to let the group of interstellar warriors have a taste of what it would be like to be defeated by their Hyperion. Only then would he be relieved. Su Yan steered the Hyperion to continue chasing and killing, and the Star Warriors were defeated by him. Under the attack of the Hyperion, these interstellar warriors had no way to resist, and they were directly hit by the Hyperion and shattered. Under the frenzied offensive of the Hyperion, these interstellar warriors could not resist, and could only flee in embarrassment. Puff. Star Warriors were hit by the energy cannon on the Hyperion, instantly killed, and then turned into ashes, dissipating between heaven and earth. Su Yan controls the Hyperion, constantly chasing and killing these interstellar warriors. Under Su Yan's control, the Hyperion is like a crazy chariot, sweeping away thousands of troops. Crushing in the sky, all the interstellar warriors were slaughtered wherever they passed, and no one was able to survive. Although these interstellar warriors were powerful, they were still unable to resist Su Yan's attack. They had no room for resistance at all, and they were smashed by Su Yan one by one. Su Yan's attack was very brutal. If these interstellar warriors are not killed, there is no way for them to return to the interstellar battleship, and there is no way to continue their route in space. One by one, the space warriors were swallowed by the Hyperion into the muzzle of the Hyperion's energy cannon. It was hit by a cannonball and instantly turned into ashes. In this chase, from morning to evening, and then to late night, on the Hyperion, hundreds of Star Warriors were killed by Su Yan. These interstellar warriors are not vegetarians, and all the interstellar warriors are prepared to sacrifice. These warriors had their weapons, and they wanted to use them against Su Yan. Their energy shields are also repairing quickly, but they also know that this is of no use. The energy shield on the Hyperion is a very powerful energy armor. Even if it is hit by their energy cannon, it can only damage some defensive devices, and cannot damage the energy shield at all. Under Su Yan's attack, the energy shields of these interstellar warriors are like bean curd slag engineering. When they encounter Suyan's attack, they will shatter directly, and they have no defense ability. Their energy shields can only resist the energy cannons on the interstellar battleship, but they cannot resist the attack of the Hyperion. Their attacks were evaded by Suyan. The energy cannons they fired were all dodged by Suyan, and had no effect at all. And their shields can only stop the Hyperion's energy attack. Suyan's energy cannon is very sharp, and the group of space warriors can only protect themselves with protective shields. They simply had no way to block Suyan's energy cannon, which was still attacking them frantically. The Hyperion did not stop for a moment, and continued to chase and kill these interstellar warriors frantically. While their energy cannons were attacking frantically, the Hyperion did not harm the Hyperion at all. The energy shield of the Hyperion can still protect its safety, and the attacks of the interstellar warriors are all blocked by the energy shield. Under Suyan's energy attack, the Star Warrior's protective shield has only the last layer left, and it can resist the energy attack for at most 10 seconds, and the energy shield will completely collapse. They will also be torn apart by the aftermath of the energy cannon. It will even be killed by Suyan's energy cannon. These interstellar warriors on the interstellar battleship know how powerful the Hyperion is. Suyan's interstellar battleship is simply too powerful, so powerful that they can't handle it. Shall we surrender? Under Suyan's attack, a space warrior suddenly asked. Suyan frowned slightly when he heard these words, and his eyes fell on the Star Warrior. The Star Warrior asked about surrender at this time, which made Suyan a little puzzled. Your interstellar warships can help us obtain star coins. I think you are trustworthy people. However, if you are going to attack us, then you should be prepared to die. You Star Warriors, you must all die. Suyan's eyes were cold, and he didn't care what these Star Warriors thought. The target of his Hyperion was these space warriors. Now they have no way out, and they have no choice but to fight to the death. On Suyan's Hyperion, there are dozens of energy cannons, and on the rest of the energy cannons there is another energy cannon that is accumulating energy, ready to attack at any time. On top of the rest of the energy cannons, there is a huge bazooka. This bazooka was specially prepared for him by Suyan. This bazooka was more terrifying than the Hyperion in his hand. These interstellar warriors have no way out. Behind these interstellar warriors is this barren and abandoned planet, and they can only fight to the death. Suyan also looked at the planet. 187, this planet is very remote. There is no one inhabited on this planet, and there is only one puppet guarding the planet over there. That puppet, Suyan saw once. On this puppet, he did not sense the existence of interstellar energy, nor did he sense any interstellar energy. He didn't have any scruples, and directly controlled the Hyperion to fly towards the Star Warrior. He wanted to see if this interstellar warrior had any way to avoid his energy cannon. This kind of energy cannon can easily destroy a battleship, and his energy cannon is very fast. Even if a space warrior uses an energy shield to block it, it will only be blocked for a moment before it will be blasted by his energy cannon. These Star Warriors are definitely not his opponents. The speed of his Hyperion is very terrifying, and under his control, the speed has reached its limit. Under his control, these energy cannons can easily bombard this interstellar warrior. This interstellar warrior is also fleeing frantically. While he was running away, it could be seen that he was also very worried. Therefore, the speed of this interstellar warrior is not slow, but it is still much worse than the Hyperion. However, although his speed is similar, he is still on this planet after all, and behind them, there are millions of warships following them. They didn't want Suyan to catch up with them. This Star Warrior was just stalling for time, waiting for the Star Warriors who were chasing after him to help them fend off Suyan's energy cannon. These space warriors, although in the battle just now, were beaten by the Hyperion, and they were defeated. Under this circumstance, the energy in their bodies is still very abundant and has not been exhausted. If they were able to recover some combat power at this time, they might be able to resist Su Yan's energy cannon attack and not be killed by their energy cannon. Su Yan looked at the energy cannons around him, a sneer appeared on the corner of his mouth. You rubbish, you dare to intercept my ship, do you really think my Hyperion is easy to mess with? Are you underpowered? Having said that, Su Yan began to control the Hyperion and continued to drive forward, and he wanted to kill all these interstellar warriors. The speed of the Hyperion is very fast, and these interstellar warriors can't escape, they can only watch. The Hyperion is getting closer. Hurry up and retreat, we don't want to fight with him. These space warriors all shouted loudly, wanting to let the Hyperion leave. DBCG, here. The Hyperion, how could they be ordered? At this time, they were all cornered, and if they didn't fight Su Yan to the death, they could only die. In the eyes of these star warriors, Su Yan's Hyperion is too terrifying. If they do not resist, I am afraid they will only be killed. Rather than being killed, it is better to fight to the death. Su Yan will not let them go, he will kill these space warriors and let them know the consequences of offending him on the Hyperion. He took control of the Hyperion and sprinted towards the space warriors, quickly. The star warriors opened their shields one after another. These star warrior shields are very rare on star warships. Basically, no high-level energy cannon can break their defensive cover. But what Su Yan used this time was a super-large interstellar energy bomb that could easily destroy a battleship. This interstellar energy bomb bombarded their defensive cover, and immediately smashed their defense cover, and instantly blasted into their defense cover. Bang! The energy bomb exploded inside the Space Warrior's shield. This interstellar warrior was also hit by Su Yan's energy bullet at this moment. The protective cover of the interstellar warrior was blasted by this energy bomb. Ah! A burst of screams came from the mouth of the interstellar warrior. Su Yan steered the Hyperion and continued to charge towards the star warrior. This interstellar warrior was also hit by Su Yan's energy bomb. At this moment, his life breath became extremely weak, as if he would die at any time. No, I'm not reconciled, I haven't become a star warrior. I haven't conquered the universe, how can I die? Tears flowed from the eyes of this interstellar warrior, and his eyes were full of unwillingness. But he was also powerless. All of this can only be blamed on their own mistakes, who made them come here to provoke an enemy with a tyrannical and unmatched battleship. This super-large energy nuclear bomb, at the moment of its explosion, produced a huge energy storm that devoured the interstellar warrior. An interstellar warrior turned into nothingness under the detonation of a star. Watch this star warrior get killed. These interstellar warriors also stopped fleeing, and they turned their heads and looked behind them. In their opinion, the body of this interstellar warrior is very strong, and the defense system on his body is also hard enough. This interstellar warrior should not be so easily killed by bombardment, right? This star warrior is their last hope. Thank you for watching Mystic Realms Recap. Please like, share and subscribe. Have a great day.